Hi, my name is Lady Zen. Welcome to the making of Flies in the Jar.
Hey, sorry for being so late. It took me a while to put my face on.
Oh, hey guys. These are my co-hosts, Ethel and Harry.
Yay!
Well, hold on a second. Before we get started, I had a couple of questions about the contract.
Contracts?
You don't think this quick wit of mine comes for free, do ya?
Well, what did you have in mind specifically?
Well, first off, that dump you call a dressing room isn't gonna cut it. We want our own trailer.
Oh, and can I have one of those chairs with my name stitched on the back?
Like a director's chair?
Yeah. We're gonna need 2 of those, and we want a private car to bring us to the studio next time.
And flowers. I just love the smell of lavender while I'm driving.
Well, I'm sure the producers will be able to figure all that out for you.
Oh. Okay. That was easy.
I'm so excited to co-host.
Yeah, it's about time we saw some real talent on this show, huh?
Yeah. Do you think that we could get started now?
I don't see why not.
Tonight is a very special evening. We're going to start by talking to the actors and creators of the audio drama Flies in the Jar. Harry, would you like to ask the actors our first question?
Sure. Yeah. When prompted, please state your name.
Oh, Harry, come on. They're not getting the mugshots taken. Put a little panache into it.
Sorry, when prompted, please state your name.
Oy vey.
My name is John Jeffers. I am a karate instructor, and I own a junkyard. At least that's what I'd like to be doing with my life.
I am Angel Schmeck. So I'm actually from Atlanta, Georgia, where I am a band director and a local actress, as well as a party princess.
My name's Josh. I was responsible for some of the dialogue editing and sound mixing for Flies in the Jar.
I'm David Dykes. I play the club owner in Flies in a Jar.
My name is Kent Evans. I'm the author of Malice and A Crash Course in the Anatomy of a Robot. I'm also the frontman for Dust Industry, as well as Epic Fail 1893.
I'm Mitty Roget. I'm a writer, I'm a professor, I'm a dancer, I'm a traveler, and an all-around creative.
My name is Alzenira Quezada. I am a voice actor, producer, and all-around pain in the ass.
My name is Clara Dunham, and I don't know what I do anymore. I don't do anything. I feed the dogs.
Hi, I'm Nathan Feuerberg, writer and creator of Flies in the Jar.
My name is Martin James Grapengeter, and I'm a voice actor. Prior to my involvement in this podcast, I was a professional actor in LA for a number of years.
My name is Sebastian Steins, and I play a cab driver in Flies in the Jar.
Wow, I just love meeting stars. One time I met Dolly Parton, and she adored me.
Is that why her lawyer sent you a restraining order?
No, Harry. That was just a misunderstanding.
Guys, don't you have more questions for the actor?
Oh my God, yes. So many questions. I'd really like to know what skincare products they use.
Why don't we ask them what parts they play in the show?
Please state the part you play and give us a brief example.
I play Sanchez, who's the, I guess is the protagonist of the story. There was 4 of us back then. Me, Zen, Jimmy, and Elsa. In addition to that, I play a couple other characters too. I play Gerald.
I'm supposed to knock and wait for you to answer the door.
And Billy Summers. You got about 30 seconds to get back in your vehicle and head the way you came.
Whoa.
Billy Summers.
My character's lines, a lot of them are phone calls, so a lot of oui, allô, Jimmy. But she also does a French learning tape for another character and has lines like "C'est un drôle d'oiseau," disait le pingouin, which literally means "it's a funny bird," said the penguin.
I also played the small role of Charles, the record producer.
Fire. It doesn't differentiate between wood and flesh. It eats away at everything like a disease.
This guy is somebody who's so sleazy that he just assumes nobody believes him. And so the voice is somebody who is sort of wheedling and trying to and complaining that you don't believe him before he ever even says anything.
You know, her and her old man work out of the Virginia Hotel. They throw parties about once a month. They invite a bunch of kids over. They give them free speed. Then, on Monday, they sit back and wait to see who comes knocking.
I played Jimmy. He's the sidekick to Sanchez. He's a little rough on the edges, but at the same time he means well.
So when I was younger, me and my friends had a habit of stealing car stereos.
I play a few small roles, like a CSIS agent and an overly enthusiastic waitress.
Hi, I'm Trish, and I'll be your server tonight. Can I start you off with one of our apps? Maybe some Chipotle queso potato wedges?
I play Lady Zen, who is one of the characters who's really upset about a song being stolen. One of my recurring lines is, "I want my money!" It's a good line.
I played Elsa, who was a young, ambitious, sort of ditzy singer from Sweden. I will go to the airport tonight and get the first flight I can.
They came to me, they wanted to record something, some lines, some of my voices.
Hit the floor! That means you too!
Yeah, and what can I say?
It is a very good chicken. Best in the city.
See, he knows what I'm talking about.
I was initially asked to play a lot of the minor speaking roles, you know, the flight attendant.
Would you like chicken or vegetarian?
I am predominantly playing the character of Phoenix. But Phoenix is, in this series, a bit of a villain.
First rule, never use real names.
So what do I call you?
You can refer to me as Phoenix.
You're not always sure if he's a true villain or if his motives are just.
Wow, so much talent. It must be so glamorous acting in a real recording studio.
If it's anything like this studio, I'm surprised they all haven't gotten hepatitis.
I was thinking maybe the actors have some funny stories they could tell us about their experiences recording.
Do you think they have any romantic stories? Movie stars are always meeting on set and getting married.
It's a radio drama.
Well, I don't know. Maybe one actor heard the other's voice and then they got to chatting and fell in love.
Okay. Please state for the record a funny anecdote.
Or romantic story.
I recorded Nate performing a story back in 2016 and have since seen that story become the basis for Flies in the Jar and be produced into the full production.
Certainly I didn't have any romantic experiences while I was recording Flies in the Jar. Funny experiences, I mean, it's always at least fun, if not funny, to hang out with the people who do the show. The fact that we very often are all recording in the same room is always a lot of fun and funny. There's a lot of funny repartee. There's a lot of back and forth that is pretty funny.
A romantic situation? No, these guys are not my type. I think my favorite thing is when people are eating chips and they're trying to get the perfect take of the crunch of a chip.
Romance on the set of Flies in the Jar. Well, I don't know how much romance was going on, but there was a lot of fucking going on.
My husband read all of the other lines with me to play off of, and that was a lot of fun. But my favorite was when he did the train announcer voices, because he went all like, "Attention, everybody, it is time to report to the train," blah, blah, blah. And it was just... There was
an online newspaper here in San Miguel that had contacted me about producing a show. And they kind of like said, we'll throw out a pitch. And I said, well, it's called the Drunken Bar Review. And we go out and we review all these bars, but we go there sober. And then we get really, really drunk. And
we went to the bar with the tape recorder and started recording.
Yeah.
And giving our review in front of the owner, basically.
Yeah, right.
Which led to us telling these stories.
Right.
Everybody knows I've always had a thing for Josh. He's straight, so, nothing's ever gonna happen. So we were sitting there on set, and I saw Josh across the room just walking towards me, like with this intent look in his eye. And I was like, here it comes. He's just, finally my talent is just like, I won him over, I don't know, he came right up to me with this burning look in his eye, and he just said, "Silence on set!"
No, there's so much I want to know. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, me too. Like, whose bright idea was it to make this thing?
Well, I mean, Flies in the Jar, I guess, is kind of like it's got a little bit of like the old-timey radio feel, but it's more of a modern story, so it's kind of like this similar to like a 90s independent movie.
Like film noir radio play?
It's a very deep story. It's also transcendent of both your average podcast and audio drama due to its extensive soundscapes and very talented cast.
For me, I think of like the Lone Ranger, like the kind of I don't know what they used to call them, these audio plays. As a little kid, like I was always interested in stories, and I didn't really understand that storytelling could exist in that way.
Seemingly normal situations aren't. And seemingly reasons why things happen don't. That intrigued me about the story. That intrigued me about telling the story.
I think it's true to life, and that maybe most of the people who are involved in the project understand how true to life it is, but people who live more conventional lives than some of us do, it might seem fantastical or even way out there because it's about a segment of society that you don't see represented. And so I think I would call it a drama, and in many ways realism, but a realism that not everybody would recognize as being real.
The level of talent in the recording is mind-blowing. It really makes you think as a creative person how you can cultivate or dig up different parts of your own life to put into your work, and that your experiences don't have to just be a great sitting around getting drunk telling stories. They can actually turn into something that can be a worldwide phenomenon.
Flies in the Jar. Would I recommend it to a friend? If I had a friend, maybe I would recommend it, yeah.
The song that's featured in Flies in the Jar is called Fireflies in a Mason Jar, and it goes a little something like this. She walks along the edge of the running water, finding each other in the past, future, and present tense. She questions your answers, and she answers questions that she barely believes. Emily puts fireflies in a mason jar to see what the shelf life of the fireflies are. Here I am, and there you are, firefly in a mason jar.
Fireflies in a mason jar. Oh, I love that song. And what a lovely evening. Didn't you think it was nice, Harry?
I can't complain. I think I might even listen to the rest of the series after this.
That's a great idea. You can listen to the first 9 episodes on any podcast app such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Just download the app and type in Flies in the Jar.
What? I have to download another app? Are you kidding me? Have you seen my phone? I can barely find my emails these days.
Well, you can also type the words Flies in the Jar podcast into your search engine, and it will come up, and you can play the series in your own browser.
Well, that seems a little more reasonable.
Well, that's the end of our show. Thanks so much for watching and listening, and have a great night.
Goodbye.
Bye.